वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं वन्दे कृष्णं जगद्गुरुम्. I welcome you all with my love and respects. On this auspicious occasion of Sri Krishna Janmashtami, Krishna's birthday, Jayanti day, I start Srimad Bhagavad Gita Dhyana Satsang. Krishna. Now I have to introduce Krishna. It is impossible to introduce yourself to yourself because every moment you are changing, new parts of you are opening, you are an unfolding, continuously manifesting, living experience. Please understand, anything you feel as continuous experience, only with that you associate yourself. If you are feeling something as you, it is a continuous experience for you. The moment you feel this body is not a continuous happening, you disassociate with this body. You associate yourself with this body only as long as it is a continuous happening. The moment you feel, oh, this body cannot function anymore, this heart won't vibrate anymore, this lungs won't function anymore. The moment you feel, you disassociate yourself with the body. Same way mind. The moment you feel, this mind is useless, it is not going to give what I want, to run around as I want, it is not going to function as I feel. The moment you feel that, you will disassociate yourself with the mind. Anything which you feel is alive and going to be alive, only with that you associate yourself. Whether it is a physical matter or the mental energies or ultimate, the spirit consciousness itself, only when it is a happening, you associate yourself with it. And a happening can never be introduced. How can you introduce a happening? Happened can be introduced. Happening cannot be introduced. Introduction can't be done for happening. How will I introduce Krishna, who is happening? You can introduce Krishna if he is just happened for you. If he is happening for you, you can't introduce. Because the very life where the happening is introduction. When it is happening, you are walking, talking, sitting, living, everything is an introduction to what is happening in you. Just yesterday, one of our ashramite arranging this cloth asked, don't you feel a little shy to wear all these things? And it looked like Krishna. I said, I don't feel shy to express Krishna in my body language. Why should I feel shy just to wear his dress? Because Krishna is a happening for me. Is an experience. My words, body language, actions, movements, all these things are introduction to Krishna. I cannot introduce Krishna separately. And I don't want to reduce him to the word happened. No. He is happening. People who want to sell Krishna make him as a happened. They call him pastimes of Krishna. No. We don't have the word pastimes in Vedic tradition. We only have the word Leela. Means it is a happening. When he is happening, you can't introduce him. If he has happened for you at some time, then you can introduce him. So, for the next 1 year, in everyday satsang, I'll introduce the greatest happening called Krishna. I will go on introducing again and again and again. The greatest happening. Happened, happening will happen. In the cosmos, Krishna. Even his leelas happened. Very difficult to introduce. How will you introduce a personality with so many hundreds of perfect dimensions? A child expressing extraordinary innocence and extraordinary powers. Adult who is beyond body, who does not have even idea of ordinary body. A great happening of the cosmos is functioning inside that small body, but surrounded by millions of beloved gopikas. A grown-up youth, a great politician, an amazing intelligence. Where to fight, where to back. Please understand, Krishna never fought always. At least we have one record from a war, he ran away. That's why he's called Ranchor. He escaped from a war. I don't know whether he was sitting in Himachal Pradesh. But he is intelligent enough to jump when you need to jump, to sit, to duck when you need to duck. It's extraordinary political capabilities. He is the hero, still influencing Bollywood. I can say he is the oldest hero, still influencing modern cine field. So much has changed in last 5,000 years in India. But still, one person, one hero, whose name is neither forgotten, whose place is nor abandoned. Still his name is remembered. Still the place where he took birth is visited. Still the place where he did Rasa Leela is worshipped. Still the river in which he took bath is revered. Still his words are read. Still he is the oldest influencing hero in Bollywood. And still anybody who takes up spiritual life in India has to be influenced, inspired by Krishna. It's a rule, unwritten rule. Whether it's a field of spirituality, religion, management, politics, still he is there, he is here, alive. Happening. Still the world's best universities, greatest universities, Oxford, Harvard, all of them are using his words to teach management. What a personality. Still, millions of women, even men, remember him as their own beloved. Still, he occupies the center stage in politics, in romance, in religion, in spirituality, in management, what not. That is why I say he is a happening. You can't call Krishna in past tense. You can't address him in past tense. He is present. He is not even present tense. He is present because there is no tense. is happening. Maybe for you to understand what kind of a happening he is, to give you an opening to this happening, I'll try to introduce some of the happening which happened. The moment he took birth, he gave Viswarupa Darshana. He showed to his parents he is the macrocosm in microcosm. He is a great happening. He landed on the planet Earth with a purpose. When he started growing up, expressed an extraordinary, multi-dimensional functionality. Please understand, it is not an easy joke to express a multi-dimensional, functional personality. See in your very life. Even if you spend time with people whom you love, who love you, few hours, you feel tired, you feel suffocated, you want little time for yourself. Here is a person who radiates so much of love and who is capable of receiving so much of love. Please understand, capacity to destroy demons is a much smaller than the capacity to receive love. I tell you, I won't glorify Krishna just because he killed Kamsa or Sisubala or the Kauravas. I won't feel that is a biggest glory of Krishna. At least I won't accept that as avataric mission of Krishna, the purpose of incarnation of Krishna. No. For that, a different spectrum, Narasimha. Varaha, Mascha. These level incarnations are enough. Maybe Rama. Enough. You don't need a personality like a Krishna to land on planet Earth just to kill those few fools, Kamsa and Shishubala. No. I tell you, the purpose of Krishna's incarnation is to show how to give and receive love. Just these few hundred people around me, how many times I feel they have intruded into me. You don't know how difficult it is to maintain the body and receive the love of millions and make them feel that I accepted their love and still maintain your silent inner space. Just with these few hundred people, it is such a difficult job. I can imagine 16,000 women lived around Krishna. You don't need any other proof that he is a greatest incarnation than this. 16,000 women lived around him and still he was happy. Still he was joyful. Still he was ecstatic. And he was able to make all 16,000 feel that they are loved, that all of them are given his space. He made them feel he loves them and their love is accepted. Not a joke. I tell you, 100 times more difficult than killing any demon. From my experience, I am telling you. As a latest happening, I describe very clearly about what has happened. It is not a joke to make this many thousands of people to feel that they are loved and their love is accepted. God. When I remember, I feel like fainting. When I remember Narasimha destroying Hiranya and Hiranyaksha, I don't feel something great. When I remember Rama destroying Ravana, I don't feel he has done something great. When I remember Krishna killing Kamsa and Shishubala, I don't feel really something great. It's okay. One dimension of Krishna. But when I remember, this guy managed at least 16,000 women and at least 100,000 men. Because even though they are not given a prominent place, there were lakhs of gopas, men around him, who enjoyed him, his presence as a friend, as a leader, as a close person to their heart. When I remember at least 100,000 of men and women lived around him, completely satisfied that they are loved and their love was accepted. I tell you, I really feel, it is something extraordinary. Just the other day, somebody brought a bangles for me. I was wearing for a satsang, So in the Sarvadarshan time, some other devotee brought me some jewels. I accepted it. I was feeling so joyful. From all the way somewhere, when they went to shopping, they remembered me and brought these jewels. So out of joy, the jewel which I was wearing, the bangle I was wearing in my hand, I took it and gave it to this new devotee. That's all. Within 24 hours, I am getting an email from the person who gave the bangle. How dare you give my bangle? I thought, oh God, after you gave that, I thought it has become mine. Only now I realize you rented it to me that I can wear. I don't have a right to do anything else other than wearing it. Not only they rent the bangle and they try to possess the hand in which it is put. It is wearing. I tell you, the most weird thing in the world is love. In enmity, everything is very logical, clear. 1 + 1 is 2. You do this, I will do this, clear. In anger, everything is clear. If you do this, I do this, over, clear. In all emotions, things are very clear. Whether it is a fear or anger, even in lust, things are very clear. What you are going to do next, you know. And the other person also knows. It can just go like a programming. It goes that way only, that's different. So whether it is a lust or anger or fear or enmity, everything is clear, planned. You know what to do if this is done. You know what not to do if this is not done. But love, oldest, most weird thing. You do not know what to do, and you do not know what the other person is going to do. You do not know what is expected from you. When I removed this bangle and gave, all I thought is I am really making somebody extraordinarily happy. I never thought from some other angle I am going to receive an arrow. I know the greatest dimension of the happening called Krishna is love. The ability to receive and give love. I can say the undercurrent of Krishna's life, whether he killed Kauravas or did politics with Saguni or destroyed Sisubala or killed Kamsa or played with Gopikas or revealed this great Gita to Arjuna. Everything, every incident, every happening, every dimension he expressed, the undercurrent, the connecting thread of everything is love. His romance is one expression of his love. His politics is another one expression of his love. His management is another one expression of his love. His anger is another one expression of his love. And his enmity is another one expression of his love. I can say everything he expressed, the base material is love. He is love incarnate. He is the beloved of the universe. I can say most loved human being happened on the planet Earth. Other gods are all maybe worshipped, revered, respected. People used to be devoted. But nobody is loved like Krishna. Even with Shiva, you are devoted. You revere. You respect. You worship. But nothing like Krishna when it comes to the question of being loved. With so much of difficulty, so many people sacrifice so many things for the love of Krishna. From the Gopikas and Gopas to my Gopikas and Gopas, the amount of sacrifice people have done for his love, leaving the brothers, leaving the parents, leaving the family, leaving the relatives, giving up the wealth, unimaginable sacrifices. But I tell you, even if you sacrifice your very life, is one glance, just in the corner of the eye, one look is worthy. Like a thread connecting all the flowers and making the flower as garland. If I have to find the center thread of Krishna, I can say love. The story goes to describes even Saguni because of constant remembering, unaware way, when he relaxes, used to have a deep, friendly, romantic connection with Krishna. When his logic is alive, active, no, I'll see to it what is done to this fellow. But when his logic is tired, because always the active logic is like two gears hitting each other without any lubrication. It's like you having the teeth in the stomach and grinding. Drr, drr, para, para. Naturally, the irritation, the friction, you can't maintain yourself in that high friction and irritation for a long time. So you would like to come down from your high horse. You would like to come down from that continuous irritation. You would like to come down to that little relaxed space where your logic is not active all the time. You may just want to rest. Even to sleep, you have to come down from that logic which works like a teeth in the stomach, eating your own intestine. So whenever Saguni comes down from his self-destructive logic, he used to feel a very deep, friendly, romantic connection with Krishna. What a personality! Wow! What a grace! But immediately, the moment he becomes aware, no, what are you thinking? You have to destroy him. You have to fight with him. So he's again back as a Saguni. Understand? Krishna was able to infuse love even in his enemies' hearts. You can't separate Krishna and love. You can't remember Krishna without remembering love. I tell you, if you have tasted the true love, you can't remember love without remembering Krishna. He is symbol of love. He is the brand ambassador for love. Nobody is able to again sit in his place. The whole Indian psyche still lives Krishna. I don't want to use the word remembers Krishna. It's too small word. Of course, any word I use to remember Krishna or to introduce Krishna is too small. I say, still Indian psyche lives Krishna, not just remembers. I think I am going to speak more on Krishna than on Gita. This next 1 year, because he is the man who first set a trend that macrocosm can express in human body, microcosm in a full-fledged, full-bloomed way. You can't update Krishna. I tell you, either you imitate or you just cope up with Krishna's expressions. You can't update Krishna. He has not left anything undone. He has not left anything untouched. He has not left anything unexpressed. He has not left anything unexplored. There are records, he even went through cosmetic surgery to satisfy his gopikas and gopas. Means he changed his form for the sake of the people who loved him. Just to make them feel that for your love, for the sake of your love, I'll do anything. He was even ready to change his physical body. Let me be very honest. You all may be thinking I am praising Krishna, but still in my heart I am feeling I am doing injustice to Krishna. I really want to apologize to him. Forgive our ignorance, O formless, for remembering you in a form. Forgive our ignorance, O nameless, for remembering you with some names. Forgive our ignorance, O indescribable, for trying to describe you in few words. Forgive our ignorance, O spaceless, for trying to keep you in small spaces called our heart or temples. Because any description is too small. He can be described only when your eyes and tongues are overflowing with love. Eyes and tongues are the last organ to express any emotion. Please understand. Genitals are the first organ to catch any emotion and respond to any emotion. Eyes and tongues are the last organs to catch any emotion and express. So I tell you, only when your eyes and tongues are caught by love. Please understand. I am not talking about ordinary, like a lust for food, lust to see. Those things can be captured by eyes and tongue also. That's different. The moment you remember the gongura chutney, your tongues are watery. That's different. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the sensitive, pure emotions. Tongues and eyes are, your tongue and eyes are the last one to catch the high sensitive emotions. Only when your tongue and eyes are overflowing with love, Krishna can be introduced to you. At some time, some part of your life, at some day, by His grace, you may feel your eyes and tongue are overflowing with love. At that moment, don't miss the chance. Come back and listen to this introduction. It will be there in the YouTube. If you feel at some point in your life, your eyes and tongue are overflowing with love, feeling the sweetness of love. And I wanted to tell you, it does not necessarily to be towards Krishna. It can be towards any God or any person. Because your concept of Krishna is equally distant from the Krishna like your concept about your spouse. Understand? The concept you have about your spouse, how much of gap you feel between Krishna and your perception of your spouse, the distance is equal between your perception of Krishna and Krishna. So your perception of Krishna and your perception of your spouse, both are equally distant from Krishna. So don't bother. Your overflowing of love may not be necessarily towards your concept of Krishna. It can be towards anybody, any person. It may not even be necessarily diverted towards God or Guru. Anytime you feel your tongue and eyes are overflowing with love, catch it. Try to listen to this introduction again. You will have introduction to Krishna done at that time. I am speaking not only for the people who are understanding it now, in the hope in future millions and billions will understand. The hope with which Krishna delivered Gita, in that same hope I am talking, O Arjunas, I am repeating. With the same hope, with the same inner space, I am repeating. I am not commenting. Understand? Maybe I am using a different language, English, but I am repeating. I can say, Gita is just introduction to Krishna. Many people think Krishna should be introduced before speaking on Gita. When they speak on Gita, they introduce Krishna. I tell you, Gita itself is an introduction to Krishna. Krishna is not introduction to Gita. Gita is introduction to Krishna. It's only when you understand Krishna, you will understand Gita, not otherwise. By understanding Gita, don't think you will understand Krishna. No. By understanding Krishna, you will understand Gita. He is too much. He is too much to be described by word. He is too much to be worshipped in a deity. He is too much to be remembered by a form. He is too much to be remembered by a name. He is happening Maybe I can say the word happening gives a certain idea of what Krishna is. Only a personality like him can wage a war with love. Only a personality like him can put Bhishma in the arrow bed. Means his body was penetrated with thousands of arrows. But after that, can go and stand near him and give him liberation. Only Krishna can be sung in thousands of names after knowing the same guy has put thousands of arrows into your body. You need to know Vishnu Sahasranama, 1,000 names of Vishnu sung by Bhishma after he received 1,000 arrows from Krishna. Here is a guy who sent thousands of arrows to kill Bhishma, but even after that the Bhishma is not falling. So in a very cunning way gets a transgender guy, Sikandi, puts the Sikandi in front, and in a complete cunning way makes Bhishma fall on the ground, and the Bhishma is falling, waiting to die, but in his lips he is singing the glory of Krishna. Vishnu Sahasranama was revealed by Bhishma when he was lying on the deathbed with thousands of arrows which was sent by Krishna's order. See the love affair between Bhishma and Krishna. Can you imagine? This guy Bhishma, thousands of arrows are sent on him by his own grandson, Arjuna, because of Krishna's order. And even with the thousands of arrows, the Bhishma is not falling. So this guy finds out somewhere a transgender Sikandi, because Bhishma has taken a vow. He will not fight with transgender. He will fight only with men. He will fight only with men. So Sikandi comes and stands. So Bhishma is not fighting back. And Krishna is telling Arjuna to use the time and send arrows. And not only that, at one point when Bhishma was about to kill Arjuna, personally breaking his vow, Krishna jumps into the war field and takes the wheel of a chariot, saying, no, it's only wheel of a chariot, it's not a weapon. Anything you use to kill others is weapon. He knows all possible 482 of the law. The first 482 filed is picking up wheel of a chariot and saying this is not a weapon. But the moment the wheel got into his finger, it has become Sudarshana. The finger which handles Sudarshana Chakra, when it picks up the wheel of the chariot, naturally the wheel of the chariot also becomes Sudarshana. It is a weapon. But in 482, he escapes. He has done practically everything. What should be done? Legally and illegally. What can be done? Dharmically and adharmically. Krishna has done everything to destroy Bhishma, and that guy is lying in his deathbed, waiting to die, and he is singing Vishwam Vishnur Vashatkaro Bhuta Bhavya Bhavat Prabhu. He is singing the glory of Krishna in 1,000 names, in hundreds of verses. Understand? Because Bhishma has eyes to see the love of Krishna. The description says, when Krishna showed Vishwarupa to Arjuna, in the field, 18 crore, 18 agroni, Sena, Sainya was standing. 11 agroni belongs to Kauravas and 7 agroni belongs to Pandavas. 18 agroni Sainya is standing. In that 18 agroni Sainya, where Dharmaraja, Drona, Bhima, Karna, all of them are there. But the story describes only Arjuna and Bhishma was able to see Vishwarupa of Krishna. Of course, Vidura was allowed to see because he has to describe. Only a man who has a maturity to sing the glory, knowing the love, even while he was in deathbed, killed not just legally or dharmically, illegally and adharmically. As per the law, it is wrong. As per the dharma, it is wrong. Krishna has done everything possible to Bhishma. But this guy is singing the glory of Krishna in 1,000 names, in deathbed, because he understood the love of Krishna. I tell you, only when you understand the undercurrent love of Krishna, Gita will make sense for you. Otherwise, there are millions of fools again and again talking, whatever is said and done, Krishna should not have allowed this violence to happen. Killing 18 crore people. All of you should know. All the 18 crore was dead in the war. Only the children and women were left. Only from that, the civilization continued. Almost all grown-up men, except Pandavas and few of their ministers. Krishna and few of his ministers, except this handful of people, the whole 18 crore was dead. Everybody invariably asks, how can this book teach spirituality, which is responsible for killing 18 crore people? The moment it took birth, it swallowed 18 crore people. You can't. You can't understand unless you catch the love of Krishna. It takes little time. You need to open your heart first before opening Bhagavad Gita book. Only when your heart opens, you can open Bhagavad Gita. Only then you will understand it is message of love. It is song. Violence can never be taught by song. Violence can be conveyed only by command. Only love can be conveyed by song. It is not 10 commandments of Krishna. It is not Bhagavad commandments. It is Bhagavad Gita. As a commandment, even if the love is taught, it will lead to violence. As a song, even if the violence is sung, it will lead to love. Here, Krishna is singing. He is not commanding. He could have just said, hey, here is 10 commandments. Directly from God, follow it or go to hell. No. If you do it, you will have heaven. If you don't, you will have hell. Dangerous. He could have also said, hey, it's a Dharma Yuddha. Come on, do it. No. With a tremendous love, he is convincing Krishna. He is convincing Arjuna. Krishna is convincing Arjuna. God. When I read Gita, I can understand the tremendous passions Krishna is radiating. He is really worthy of the title Jagat Guru. To be a Jagat Guru, you need one important qualification. Tremendous passions to repeat the same thing again and again. Tell me about it. Every time you inspire a disciple, convince him about certain truths, in 2 days, along with his diarrhea, goes his spiritual understanding also. And you have to start again from A for apple, B for brinjal. Even then they will say, no, last time when you sang A for apple, you raised only one hand. Now you are raising both hands. Which one is right? Then I have to describe, no, last time when I was singing A for apple, I had one hand fractured. I could not lift it. Raising both hands is the right. God. One of the important qualities you need to be a Jagat Guru is tremendous passions. Passions to teach. Passions to repeat. Passions to repeat again and again and again. Till the concept or the truth you teach to a disciple becomes not just muscle memory, till it becomes bio-memory. Engram is like a water. Muscle memory is like a ice. Water which has become frozen and solid and ice. Bio-memory is like a spatika. The ice which has become stone. So till what you teach to a disciple becomes not just ice, till it becomes a spatika, you need to have a patience.